Hello, everyone, and welcome to Yin Yoga with Matt. And tonight I'm going to be guiding you through a very relaxing, calming, soothing Yin Yoga bedtime class. I just finished a few long days of work and I'm finally off tonight. It's 8 o'clock right now at night here in Quebec. And I just felt like getting on my yoga mat and just diving into a very calming yin session with you. And I kind of need it. It's been a lot the past few days, so I'm definitely glad to be here with you tonight. So for this class, all you're going to need is a bolster. You don't necessarily need it, but if you have it nearby, I always like to use it on my Bedtime Yin classes for support. It's very soothing and calming. And we're going to use 2 blocks. So we're just going to get into it very slowly. I'm going to invite you to turn around and you're going to form a T with your block. So one that's going to land in the middle of your spine and the other one on a higher setting in line with this block. So we're going to be going on our knees, keeping our heels a little wider than our glutes. We're going to be lowering ourselves down here into the block, landing it in the middle of our spine, and then landing our head on the other block right here. So it's kind of a supported fish, but working on the front of our thighs. This feels really good, especially if you were working seated today. So from here, you can close your eyes, getting into that deep inward experience, focusing on your breath, just letting go of any thoughts or anything that went on today that's not serving you purpose right now. So this is your moment, this is your time, this is your safe place to just let go and unwind. And this is what this class is about tonight. Just unwinding. You can allow your shoulders to become heavy and kind of hang by the side of your body. You should start to notice your body opening up, the front of your thighs relaxing, your mind coming to peace and resting. In this beautiful moment you're taking for yourself right now. And thanks for joining me on the mat. It's always a pleasure for me to do this with you. And when you're ready, you can lift yourself up, bracing your abdominals and pushing with your arms so you can come all the way up very slowly on your knees. You might want to just move the blocks aside here. And then placing the bolster in front of you, we're gonna go into pigeon pose. So I'm gonna invite you to take your time and bring your left knee behind your left wrist, extending that right leg. You can grab that left ankle and move up your left shin towards the front of your mat. And now with the bolster in front of us, we're just gonna take one big inhale, and on the exhale, lowering ourselves down, coming into contact with the bolster. You can kind of hug it and turn your head to the side for comfort. So this is why I really like the bolster from my bedtime classes. It's like a big pillow. It really allows you to relax even though you're working on your flexibility with Yin. It's really comfortable. I'm gonna invite you to really close your eyes and focus on your breathing, trying to feel the breath coming in very slowly through your nostrils, filling your body with fresh oxygen. And then as you exhale, you're releasing tension and getting into that deep, relaxing state that's much needed today. And you can slowly start to push through your arms, raising your upper body very slowly. You might want to stay in the upright position like this just to feel and notice how that works for you today. And then we're gonna bring our left leg back very gently. And now we're gonna bring the right knee behind the right wrist, extending our left leg, using our left hand to grab onto that right ankle and move our right shin forward. And from here, we're just gonna settle into pigeon pose in the upright position first. And then taking one big inhale. And on the exhale, coming forward onto the bolster once more, hugging it, allowing your weight to be pulled down by gravity, really opening up that right glute and just enjoying this beautiful moment. And the more you're breathing, the calmer you're getting. Try to see if you can notice that sense of calmness throughout your whole body. And if there's an area that you feel is more tense, just focus on bringing that calmness to that area. So linking your body with your mind and sending that signal to relax. To let go, to forget, getting lost in time. And from here we can slowly make our way back up, staying in pigeon pose once more. Moving our hips forward and down, just feeling that deep stretch, that much needed release today. And from here we can move our right leg back. Just gonna put the bolster forward and aside, and we're gonna bring our knees wide to the outside edges of our mat, touching our big toes together. We're just gonna make our way into wide knee child's pose, and from here we're gonna do different things today. So let's just start by taking one big breath and then walking our hands forward, coming all the way down to our forehead, and really focusing on opening up our inner thighs and low back, releasing tension and stress. And from here we can slowly walk our hands to the left side of our mat and coming all the way down to our forehead again. You should feel a nice deep stretch on the right side of your body. start to walk our hands bit by bit to the right side of our mat this time, and then coming all the way down to our forehead, working on opening the left side of our body this time. If you find this to be hard on your knees, it's always a great idea for this class and maybe future classes to have a folded blanket that you can place. This will provide padded support for your knees, and it'll be more comfortable if you're struggling with this. So feel free to either pause the video and just fold a blanket, or stay right where you are if you're comfortable. The idea is just really to relax today, and you don't want to feel discomforts. You just want to feel release and openness. And we can slowly walk our hands back to the center. And staying in this position again, we're going to go into thread the needle, but from wide knee child's pose. So you're going to take the right hand, you're going to place it just underneath like this, so moving it towards the left side, and then lowering yourself down on the side of your head and putting pressure on that right shoulder, which should feel really great right now. You can keep your left hand on the floor for support. So this is kind of really good for your upper body if you're holding a lot of tension there today, and your shoulder and spine. It's a great way to explore thread the needle, but from wide knee child's pose. And we can slowly untwist and bring our right arm back onto the floor. Taking a moment here maybe to move your hips down. You can maybe bring your knees back onto your mat a little bit if you want. And then we're going to move to the other side. So taking the left hand this time and left arm, you want to scoop it around and underneath, just like I'm doing, and then you want to lower yourself down onto your left shoulder and the side of your head. back your focus to your breath, calming it if it accelerated. And on your next exhale, you can bring that left arm back in and on the floor in front of you, and putting the weight back on your glutes and heels. You can move your knees back in very slowly, just like I did. And then we can move forward, cross our heels, roll back down onto our backs. I'll keep this nearby. And from here, we're going to go into supported bridge. So with our feet planted firmly onto the floor, with our legs at a 90-degree angle, we're going to lift our hips, grab a block, and place it underneath us on our sacral bone. And from here, you want to extend your leg. Bring your palms up, facing the ceiling, and putting the weight on your heels and upper back, as well as the back of your head. So this is a counter pose to what we just did, to flex you in the other direction and open up the front of your psoas ligaments. And we can bring our legs back in, planting our feet firmly on the floor. Going to be lifting our hips up very slowly and moving the block aside, lowering our hips back down. And from here, I'm going to invite you to just do a little windshield wiper movement, which should feel really good as usual. I really like to do that. Tends to release my low back and all the tightness that I have in that area. But from here you can grab the bolster, and we're going to be lifting our hips up and shifting them to the left side of our mat. And from here you can place the bolster in between your knees, bringing your knees in. I'm going to invite you to turn everything down to the right side. So we're going to use the bolster to relax it for support today, hugging it with your knees. And then trying to keep both shoulder blades planted on the ground, looking up towards the ceiling. You can take one big inhale. And on the exhale, I'm going to invite you to look left. So for tonight's practice, I don't want you to force this one or to put pressure on your knee, on your left knee, with the right hand to keep everything firmly planted. This is really just about allowing gravity to do its magic, relaxing after the days of work. And when you're ready, you can slowly bring your knees back in. Taking a moment here to recenter your hips. And when you're ready, we're going to lift our hips up, shift them to the right side of our mat, pulling our knees in and allowing everything to go towards the left side. You can extend the right arm to the right side of your mat, and then you can look right. Just relaxing here. Allowing your body to settle without forcing anything. And on your next exhale, you can bring your knees back in, moving your hips back to the center of your mat, squaring them off. And I'm going to invite you to move the bolster around so that it lands underneath your knees so you can settle into a very relaxing savasana. So just taking some space on your mat and then becoming completely still. So just bringing back your focus to your breath, noticing how your body feels right now, how your mind is, and just thanking yourself for taking this moment today to do something for you. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, or you can stay in savasana if you want. I'm going to be making my way up to the seated position. So I hope you enjoyed today's class and it was what was needed for you today. It is always my pleasure to do those classes for you, and I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to be such supporters and to regularly watch my classes. Feel free to leave a comment in the section below. You can always exchange and chat with me. I always have my email that's open as well for any kind of requests, or if there's any classes or type of classes you want to see more of. So thanks a lot for that. And also, if you're not a subscriber already, please subscribe to my channel. It's a great way to support what I do. You can share the classes with your friends and family on your social media pages. Or you can also give to my PayPal account, which is really appreciated to support my time and buying the equipment and all that I do behind the scenes. So yeah, it was a really calming class. I feel good. And again, thanks for joining me. So hands at our heart, closing our eyes. We're going to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, we can lead forward. And come back up. So I'm going to wish you a beautiful rest of your evening or night, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, really, namaste. It was my pleasure to be a teacher today. Bye.